sending me this A-list script that this role will definitely go to some A-list actor and it will be a straight offer. No one's gonna audition and get it. So they said, well, it's not a movie. It's a video game. But wait, don't hang up. They want whoever does Kratos now to do all of it. So to do the CGI, motion capture, everything. So it will be a true acting performance. So I kind of still was skeptical. So through this whole process, I was, and even for the first year of shooting, I loved the character. I needed Kratos in my life. Like, Kratos came along at exactly the right time in my life to deal with the relationship with Atreus. Because I always played Kratos, my performance as Kratos was a love letter to my kids. It was a way of apologizing for missing so much of them growing up. I had passed along my anger to my children, but I never told them what made me angry, why I was so angry. I never explained it to them. So I was particularly moved by Kratos' journey to be better, you know. So all through it, I got the emotional parts of it, but I didn't understand filmically what was the whole one-shot thing. So there were certain things of that we had to do at the end of scenes and to make them flow seamlessly into the next scene. I never really understood it until finally, it was probably the second year I was on it that I finally saw what it looked like all together. Like, wow, this is something special. So it kind of, because we were getting to, it's really hard to work on something for a long time and never see it. And you kind of, not that your enthusiasm wanes, but it makes you nervous because you don't know if you're going in the right direction. And because, for me, the emotional, like, it was the first time that I had ever completely emotionally invested in a character, because it's painful, and it's not like a pain that at the end of the day you can just go home and be happy. It's a pain that you carry with you. So when you're in that headspace for a long time, it's very difficult when you don't know if it's working or not. So finally when I saw it, it was like, yes, this is worth it. This is really worth it. Because you, so much in film and television, you think you're doing, why you don't invest everything and stuff is because a lot of it gets cut out due to pacing, so it makes you go, why would I put myself in this painful place when it's going to be cut anyway, or it's going to be cut into to show other people's reactions, to show, but in this, everything emotionally is on the screen, you know, so it was just so rewarding, and it really changed me as a person. It changed my outlook on everything. It changed the kind of stuff that I want to do. Even with Stargate, you know, there is something coming. What form it's going to take, I don't know. But there's definitely like stories I want to tell as a writer now that I don't know if I was ever equipped to write that kind of stuff before now, because I wasn't open enough in my own emotional life to tell the stories. But now, truly, because of my whole experience with God of War, with Cory Barlog in particular, I think there's a whole wealth of stories that I could really tell.
Thank
I
you.
have no idea if that answered your question.
There's a good answer. Do we have any more fan questions? I'll just lean over here.
Hi Chris, you alright?
Hey, how you doing?
First of all, my mum is the biggest fan of yours. She can quote you and everything.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah. She's got a photo with you later, and I
All
can't
right.
wait. I'm told her I'd embarrass her.
Make sure you squeeze my butt.
You said you wanted to touch him. Alright. My favourite episode of Stargate is Window of Opportunity. You relive the same time period again and again and
Yes.
again. My question is, can you still juggle?
Oh, absolutely.
Prove it.
Absolutely.
Prove it. Wouldn't think of anything.
There's 3 bottles of water.
Maybe not.
That's not it. Okay, well, hold on. Now I'll grab your butt.
I feel like those bottles of water are going to be worth a bit of money on eBay now. So if you want to take them, sorted. Right, that was a brilliant question. Any more questions from anyone? Oh, gentleman in the back, yeah?
Which
Hi.
Hello. Which work are you more proud of? The work you did on Teal or on Chrono?
I love Teal. I'm very proud of Teal, but as far as like the depth of stuff that I went through with Kratos, that for me is probably the performance I'm most proud of anything I've done in my career. Is probably Kratos.
Right, next question. Oh, gentleman here. Makes life easier.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm just curious. I had an issue with some of the previous God of War games because of like an element of like toxic masculinity. And I just wanted to say that your performance in the new game, I think, really challenged me to watch it and to play through it because I thought, do you know what, it gave a nuance that really, I think it challenged a lot of the issues that had been in the previous game. And I'm just curious, were you conscious of that while making it? 'Cause it's a big responsibility with so many young people kind of taking involvement and playing it.
Absolutely. Very early on, in fact, I think one of the, I hope I'm not giving any spoilers away, and if I am, too damn bad. The scene where Kratos goes back and gets the Blades of Chaos. I love saying that. It sounds so sexy. Blades of Chaos. The Blades of Chaos. God, even I'm tingling. It was one of, if not the first, one of the first scenes that we shot. And I asked Corey, I said, like, how, like, I don't know how far you want to take Kratos emotionally. Because I purposely didn't really study any of the previous games, because what made it the part attractive to me was to explore this emotional journey. So I purposely didn't watch any of the previous stuff. And I'll never forget what he said. He said, we hired you because we want Kratos to be a full character, a full emotional life. And he said, Chris, let it rip. And as I said, Atreus for me represented all my children. So that scene was the gateway into, and you talk about toxic masculinity. You know, what we've taught our young men, what I was taught, is no longer feasible. This world can no longer go on with teaching our men that brute force and disrespect and can ever be tolerated anymore. So when you see a character who does have this misogynistic past, this toxic masculine past, and who he's trying to become, hopefully it's like, if this, excuse my language, fucker can do it, anyone can do it, you know. And all of us, like a lot of the writers and Corey, were all new fathers within the last few years. So they had completely reassessed who they were and what they wanted to give their children also. So it was a collective, purposeful task to show this change in Kratos. And they never said, Chris, that was a bit too far. They really just said, hey, wherever you want to go with it, go. You have our blessing. And I actually tweeted this. The most rewarding thing about playing this part was not only how it improved my relationship with my children, but was to read the letters from people who've had difficult experiences with their own parents or with their own children, who this kind of was a doorway, you know, and that's truly what I'm most proud of, God of War. Thank you.
Right. Well, have any other questions? Oh, can't miss you, can we? Sorry, I'll just squeeze through here. There you go.
I'm not sure what statute of limitations on stealing, but did you take anything home from the Stargate set? Do you still get any props?
Shit, I took everything.
You have the big staff.
And what? I don't know. They used to guard those staffs. Like, we did a photo shoot once. We flew from Vancouver to LA, and someone stole a crate of staffs. After that, there was no getting staffs. But at one time, I had 29 mission watches. Every shirt that, you know, Tilk used to wear the crazy shirts out in public, I had every single one of those. I had the big, long leather kind of matrixy jacket from Nightwalkers. My greatest heist was the last day of filming. I walked up into the briefing room and the big SGC flag. I took it and I walked through set and I said, I'm letting everyone know I'm stealing this, so when it's missing, you don't need to go looking for it. I got it. And just over the years, I've pretty much given away everything to charity. I think I have one tattoo left, and the jacket from Nightwalkers is all I have left. But yeah, I used to have a treasure trove of shit.
Right, I believe I have time for one more question. I'll jump to the lady here. Leave her hands up. Right, a bit of a squeeze. Sorry, what's your question?
Hi, nice to meet you.
Hi.
So I loved SG1 growing up, and you're obviously a man who's completely devoted and in love with his children. Very strong man. To me, you will always be Tilk. I was wondering how much of Tilk is actually you? What side of you?
None. I am diametrically opposed to. I would like to think that we share some qualities. There's no gray for me. Shit is either right or wrong. There's no gray area for me. There's either the right thing or the wrong thing. You know, to me, gray areas are this made-up thing when you know you're doing the wrong shit. You know, okay. I always played Teal'c like he was the funniest man on Chulak, but just his humor didn't translate to Earth, and he never understood why people were afraid of him, or because on Chulak he's like a cut-up. He's like the Jerry Lewis of Chulak. In my mind, that's kind of what he always was. So he could never understand why people thought he was so serious, you know. But everything else, stoicism, all that is completely completely opposite of who I am. So yeah. And people ask like, how were you so stern? Like, how were you in the beginning? Like how, and fortunately I can say this now, I had an ex-wife that I hated. So every time I put on that tattoo, I thought about how much I hated my ex-wife. See, I can say that now because I'm not paying her no more. Because if I had said this 10 years ago, I'd be back in court and she'd say, well, Tilk is because of me. I should be getting paid for it. In retrospect, I would like to thank her for being such a motivation in my career.
And I think there's no better way to end it and to make sure the lawyers don't get a chance to run over here. Ladies and gentlemen, we had him yesterday, we've had him today, and honestly we can't have any more time with him, which is a shame. He's been brilliant with you guys as well, answering all your questions. We need the biggest round of applause for the one and the only Christopher Judge!